I go here and I say, I love you. And you say, I love you too, Sara. Did we mean the same thing? Exactly. That's what I see in my clients, day in, day out. I love you, I'm not in love with you. I remember one time when I was starting teaching in England first, I couldn't quite differentiate between this love and in love, and I was in my 20s. And then I walked into the principal's office at the university, and I said, I am in love with my students. And then everybody looked at me, is this a pervert? What is happening here? And I said, no, I'm in love, meaning I'm emphasizing, I'm so in love with my students. And they said, you know, Sara, we don't use it that way. You know, has a different meaning. So I started thinking, that's actually really interesting, because that's what I hear from my clients too. Depending on the language they use, it's, you know, there are certain differentiations, but I'm not sure, I'm not convinced they know what they're talking about to be able to explain it to me well. So how about to each other? So just take a minute, think about it. During every day, if we are lucky enough, we have loving people in our lives, we say what? I love my favorite dessert. I love my new shoes. I love my pet. I love my neighbor. I love my sibling. I love my child. I love the shininess of my car. So it's the same thing. So how do you differentiate that? How do you know what means what? Which love I'm expressing to you? So words have power. And what I came to realize is that when it comes to love and the language of love, it comes from this model that I call Emergent Love. Two people come together, spend time, energy, money, attention, all of their social capital, everything, become one, because that's what we're supposed to do, find the soulmates, other half, better half, so to complete ourselves. When we are completely submerged with that person, we are one, 1 + 1 = 1, then yippee, let's sign that contract, right? For me, that was bonkers, because you don't sign the most important contract of your life when you're out of your mind, when there's nothing left of you, right? So you're laughing, hopefully, because you know this is bad. So it's really, think about it, like it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so that was the model, by the way, that I grew up with too, because my parents, God bless them, I love them so much, both of them sociologists, for God's sake. They told me that watermelons are the best example of a loving relationship, because until you have it and open it up, you don't know what you're getting. Seriously? What if it's rotten? I'm stuck with it forever? So nothing made sense, seriously. If you think you're confused, I was confused. There's a reason we are in this field, because we started confused. There is another thing that is expected with that model of Emergent Love, that if you love me, you will know. If I look at you, you know exactly what I need at this moment in time. No, your love is not real. Right? So look at the expectation. Can you even do that for your child? I know that we have that illusion that we can do that for our child, but even for our children, we can't do that. You can never do that. One time I remember I was at the UN, like I do negotiations for the UN. I often say I do relationships, bedroom to boardroom, so that's the boardroom situation. So I was talking, and then people said, no, we need to continue this conversation until we all understand each other. I said, well, this is scientifically wrong. You can never understand another person, ever. Try as hard as you want, because it's a different body, different mindset, all of that, right? The best you can do is to be aligned and have those agreements, social agreements. Now, so let's look at some of the language of love that you will find, unfortunately, around the world, not only in English. Falling in love. Honest to God, what is this? We still use it. I hope I fall in love. Falling is what? Seriously, let's examine it just for a second. If I fall, God forbid, right? I'm not paying attention, that's why I fall. And I will hurt myself. I hope you're clapping for me to pay attention, not to fall. So it's so falling in love. And then the other one is romantic love is unconditional. Let me break it to you. There is a principle in social psychology that we call social exchange theory. If somebody came to you and said, for the love of God, I'm doing this for no gain in exchange, don't believe them. We are human. And this doesn't mean that we are villains and we are like too calculative. No, this is just the human nature. I don't open my mouth if I don't have an intention. We breathe to be alive, as simple as that. I mean, from your breath to the talk to the language, everything. Every interaction includes exchanges and currencies. So when couples come and say that, you told me to be kinder, then your love is not unconditional. Can you believe it? This is the language we use. Your other half. So you're a half, congratulations, basically. Love hurts. Love hurts. That's the most ridiculous thing. Love hurts. I want to say so many things. So you will see later on that the Emergent Love Model, if you really know that true love, that I call it like an Emergent Love Model, it shouldn't hurt. It should actually bring a deep sense of fulfillment to you on a daily basis. So we will talk about that. Love is luck. I hate it when I tell people that I've been married for 25 years. Oh my God, you're so lucky. I'm like, ah, you weren't there. You work so hard at this. Pleasant work, if you know where to put your effort, pleasant work, but it takes work. How many of you are in relatively long-term relationships, more than 1 year? Thank you. Was that luck? Seriously, right? So these are the things that we really need to change for the next generation. The other one, if you put a ring on it, the love will last forever. It's the only protector of love. Love is a gamble, like my watermelon, remember? There is one perfect match for you, you're not looking hard enough. One time I had this woman, executive, gorgeous by any standard, walks into my office. Back then I was in New York, now I'm in LA. She walks in, and then I often ask people, what is this tattoo? What does it mean? Because these are personal things that I need to know to work with, right? And she had this big pendant here that was a lock, like what do you call it? Yes. So she comes in and I said, so what is this? She said, well, every day in the mirror, I want to be reminded that there is a key to open this. I'm like, oh my God. That's why I'm paid for what I do. So to change that to something else. So it's like there is no perfect match out there, right? So that is another disillusionment, unfortunately. And it's based on sexual chemistry. So my clients come, I think the literacy, hopefully at this day and age, we know that the butterflies are the agitation of the nervous system. It's not the only thing to go for. I think many people know that. We know that, yes? Do we? Oh dear God, okay. So based on sexual chemistry, we come together, the butterflies, and then it's either there or not. So I have a rule for my clients. When they come and then they go dating, and then from one date to the other, they don't go to the second date, I ask them to go on 11 dates for me. I just came up with the number, don't tell them. I just want them to get over that fact, give the person a chance. However, I have to say, our research showed physical attraction matters. We'll get to that. Physical attraction, don't overlook. But sexual chemistry is not something to build upon. Because chemistry, I was in 3rd grade when we did the volcanic thingy. Did you do it? So no matter how much more baking soda or whatever else was there to put, no eruption happened again. So when I hear the language of rekindling, reigniting, whatever, I really want to either kill myself or somebody else. Because scientifically, it's not possible. It's like tickling yourself. It doesn't work. Love happens to you. That's another thing that you hear. Now, I came to conclude, love is a scapegoat. We kill people under the name of love. We stay in abusive relationships in the name of love. We do everything justified under the name of love. It's an excuse, it's confused, it's confusing. It's very much overrated. Everybody apparently wants love, but it's undernourished. So they're not prepared to do the work. And to be fair, the work that we have is conceptual, at least was conceptual before this. It's, you need to know what to do, because love is a manifestation of everything that you do on a daily basis, everything that you are on a daily basis. Now, therefore, I took it upon myself to do the research. So 312 couples that I worked with personally around the world for 1 year at least. So that was group 1, that I did 10 years retrospective study on them. 159 couples, the US representative sample, and 345 individuals. What does that mean? So, you know, every country has a census. Like, for example, we have different races, different sexual orientation, different gender, all of that. So, US representative sample means that in our research, we included everybody. Majority of the research that you read, unfortunately, is with convenience sampling and with college students. I love college students, but they don't know much about relationships. So when you ask them, your research results is skewed. So as a researcher, it didn't make sense to me. So we did this. Average length of relationship for these couples were 10 years and minimum 1 year, because I wanted them to have enough information about their relational space to be able to help me understand what is what. Findings. The first one is the Emergent Love Model that we will talk about. 8 common relational configurations. The way that people call each other couples is shifting. It's not just 2 people, one, you know, like all of that. So we're going to, hopefully we have time to go through that. 6 critical ingredients that, yes, people, non-negotiable. They need to be there on a daily basis. Different phases of relationship for your relationship to even be there. And the development of relationship panoramic inventory, which is a test for couples. So you can take it, my clients take it once a year. And then it shows you what you're strong at, what you need to work on. This is the only test in the world that has 12 validated scales. I don't get too nerdy, but validated means it does what it's supposed to do. Now, this is the model, Emergent Love Model. I would love to introduce you to. So 1 + 1 = 3. When I show this graph to people, and previously I didn't have the you, your partner, your coupledom, and then people say, oh yeah, so bring another person in. So that's gonna solve the issue. So, which might be for some people. By the way, many people say whether I'm talking about the binary situation or I'm talking about only heterosexual people. No, this is inclusive. But let me tell you something. Remember the Submergent Love Model? That? And people try to open their relationship or forget about another lover. They try to adopt a pet or have a child. Or for God's sake, a potato. This will explode because there's no room. Where's the room? Right? So that's another reason that people cannot gracefully go through different stages of life with their relationship, because there's no space. But imagine with this one, whatever that you bring of a third entity goes into that your coupledom. So both of you are holding it. It's not just, and if you want to add as many people as possible, there is room as well. So that. Let me give you an analogy that brings it home. Think about log and a spark. Bring it together in a conducive context. You're going to have a cozy fire, right? Now, make the log a little bit wet. The fire dies, right? So there's no negotiation in the ingredients that need to be present. So if you want to have this cozy fire to keep giving, you need to be present for it as well. Some people ask me, how do I know that I am in that relationship or not? 2 criteria, clarity of mind, peace of heart.